Boom! What's going on, guys? My name is Scat Iron, and yeah, welcome to another Talkative Tuesdays. I realized I have spelled it wrong the first time. Thank you, Wolfie and Steel. Anyways, n not to put them down, they pretty much help with all my videos in terms of spelling. Um, I put up a poll on Twitter, and most of the stuff that I actually talk about is polls on Twitter that you're going to be seeing. Or if you want to hear me talk about something else, like you could leave it down in the comment section. So that way I could just know what you guys want me to talk about, know what type of topic I should go on with, and yeah, just leave it down in the comments or go to Twitter, look for a poll or something, or comment me or direct message me or whatever. It's that easy, just to get to your suggestion up here on a video. But today the winning poll of one vote was how to make a good game. Like basically, like if you have ever like played a game and you just felt like, this game is actually really good, I would spend many hours on it, and or you've played a game that's like extremely horrible, you'll notice there's gonna be like similarities, but also a big difference. When it comes to making a good game, per se, there's never going to be a perfect game. There's never going to be the one perfect game that everyone will like, everyone will play this game, everyone will just flock to this game if they ever heard about it. Like, there's never going to be a game that's like that. You need to be open-minded when it comes to being a gamer as well as being a game designer or creator. And I think that's what the problem is with certain games today nowadays, like Infinite Warfare. To bring up an example, almost everyone that I know hates this game. Who plays Call of Duty, who doesn't play Call of Duty, even people who don't play Call of Duty hate this game. It's a really like shared feeling towards Call of Duty and everything, because like people don't enjoy it as much due to the fact that it's a game that just basically like Call of Duty Black Ops 3, but just it's just really awkward. It's very futuristic, and believe it or not, people have been telling me that the problem with it is that it's futuristic. So that's with the FPS genre, but we're talking about like different genres. It's gonna be like different genres entirely. I can make these a podcast. I can make Talkative Tuesdays like podcasts and stuff like that. But right now I'm just worrying about it like this. But when it comes to the FPS genre, I don't think that people are looking for futuristic shooters, because like we've got pretty much thousands of years into the future already. And I think the problem is that that the FPS genre should not be going towards the future. It shouldn't be going towards the future. It should be going towards the past. It should be going for more of a present day shooter. And that's what I think Battlefield actually did excel at, because Battlefield 4 and Battlefield Hardline actually deals with like 21st century type of problems and like different sides and everything. And Battlefield Hardline is basically like a cops and robbers, basically, and it does reveal like some weapons that have never been used or haven't been seen before, but it's not too futuristic. So when it comes to building an FPS genre, just probably staying in the modern age will do you a lot of good, because not everybody wants to see back to the past, and not everybody wants to see the future. Like, even with modern day shooters, you still have like a lot of variety and a lot of freedom to make like certain weapons, but you can't just go overboard with them. Like the Gila 18, I believe, which was in Call of Duty Black Ops 1. I call it 1 because I don't care. I could just say Call of Duty Black Ops, but I gotta say it's the first one, because like the whole ordeal of just saying that whole sentence. It's really it was like a weird weapon. Never used an assault rifle like it before. Like you could reload the barrel, and it was just a very odd weapon to use. But once I used it, it was actually very good. And It was a weird weapon. I've never seen it before, and Call of Duty Black Ops just entirely made it. Well, not entirely made it, but there's probably a actual real life version of this gun, and it was good. It was a futuristic looking gun to me, but like it was still good to the game. It was still like canon and everything. So I was like, it's pretty cool. So that's particularly the reason why like Call of Duty has done so good with Black Ops 1. But I think the problem is that they're just going way too futuristic or way too back into the past, and that a modern shooter should be made rather than all these futuristic crap and all this back to the century crap. Okay, so there's a lot of different genres I could say like for that stuff, but I think FPS was just the most like hated or hated to love ratio, I guess. I don't know. But basically there are other games like MMOs or MMORPGs. Um, what else? I think it's called fighting or brawl genre. Like I don't know which one the people prefer to say. I don't care. But these genres have like particular problems that I can't cover all in one video because it would take way too long to cover. But I'll cover like some of my favorite games and like tell you basically what I like about them and how they make them to how the games are actually good. So I think for the first start like a superpower game like something like I would have to say either Prototype is like my favorite. I rather prefer Prototype over Infamous, even though they both kind of released the same time. Infamous did have a good story. It had good characters, and they were like stereotypical characters, but they weren't specifically like way too stereotypical. Like they actually had emotions. They had certain limits. They had the things that they couldn't handle. Like that's the whole point of the characters. Like they're good characters. They actually have depth to them. But when it comes to Prototype, there's a lot of gameplay. Like for Infamous, you're pretty much dashing around. You're just firing stuff. But with Prototype, there's like explosions. Like there's like you could throw cars. You can use the mutated weapons. You can use guns if you wanted to. And there's like you could jump around. You could be evasive if you wanted to. Like there's a lot of more options and variety. But there's a difference between like adding way too much gameplay and then adding too little. Because because if you think about like I think it was I forgot his name. But he used to do vines as I heard. Yeah, there's probably some other stuff. Like if you have an FPS like something like say Borderlands, it could be a good FPS, but the problem is like there's way too mechanics to go with it. Like if you're doing a collective mechanic, like it's a FPS. You want to go to the combat, which is actually good, and you don't want to have to waste time going around the map and collecting a useless item to you. If it's a useless item to you and you have to collect all of them and you have to restart every time that you fail, it kind of gets repetitive and also it's very frustrating. And people will not want to play the game as much. So that's like one detail. Another detail is like adding one too many game mechanics like vehicles that to a race, like a racing segment. Like for FPS, you could do it properly, but if the vehicle mechanics are bad, don't do them. It's just not needed. But for game like Borderlands, they actually did it quite well, as in my eyes, and they did like a bunch of shooter parts well. So that's the thing that I think that they did good. Like they found the balance between good storytelling and good gameplay. They personally found a good balance. Even in a futuristic game, it's supposed to be quote unquote futuristic, but people don't really find it futuristic at all. Like they find it like a oddly modern, as they've been telling me. because I know a lot of other people who played the game and they enjoyed it as well. And I guess another genre that I think would be like kind of good. I don't even know if this would be considered like a genre, but like, whew, excuse me. Um, I think another genre that is really good for me is like Stardew Valley. For those of you who haven't played that game, go and play it. It's good. It's really laid back type of game. It's like a casual game. Like if you're addicted to stuff like Heyday or Farmville, you definitely would love this game as much as any other game. Like just be able to play Stardew Valley is like the best experience, and it was a really fun experience for me. Like you'd have no idea, like just the calm, relaxing, laid back type of ordeal. And I even made a video about it, but like people didn't want to see like a whole series out of it. But it was a really good, fun game to play. It was like awesome. Every like year in game, you would get like certain stuff to do certain tasks and everything. It was a fun game. It was awesome. But I think that what Stardew Valley had with like other farming games is that they had characters that actually had depth to them. They had fun farming mechanics. They had a good money system. And with Stardew Valley, it's just like a whole different experience. Like you have to like experience the game to really get what's going down. And so yeah, that's pretty much for farming sims, I guess, if you really want to call it that. So basically, what I'm saying here is like you can learn from other games. You can learn from other games' mistakes, but you also can learn from other games that are success. But I think the biggest thing that you have to worry about is that certain games have certain things that are pretty good about them, and certain games have certain things that are not completely excuse me, not completely great about them, but you could still learn from them. I think the worst game that I personally played, and it was a Steam game that was only $1. It was called The Janitor, and I thought it was supposed to be like a horror game, and I was fairly disappointed, fairly. But when it comes to being like making the greatest video game, you're never going to be able to make it. It's not going to be possible. Like you can't make that one perfect game that everyone wants to play. There's a reason why there's different genres. There's a reason why there's um, different genres, different companies making games not based on the genre, and that's the reason why there's so many variety of games. Like you have to be a variety type of gamer. I have been pretty much presented to gaming by the FPS genre, but there's certain things that in the FPS genre that was just like bad FPSs, and I'm sorry to say, but Infinite Warfare was one of them for me. And Battlefield definitely like revised it for them. Like a futuristic shooter has done worse than a past shooter or like history based shooter. Yeah, but it's fairly good. Like Battlefield 1 was like an amazing game. It was it was very interesting to play as well, but there was a reason why I can't play Battlefield 1 anymore. There's way too many like things that make me angry. Oh boy, I'm not playing it for Rage Wednesdays. It's not happening. I'm getting my idea out of your head right now. So basically the whole ordeal, I will have to say, if you try to make the best game in the world, you're gonna fail. Obviously, you're gonna fail in a lot of ways. In a lot of ways in that area. But when it comes to making a great game or making a good game, then you can make that. But that's just my whole ordeal on it. I played like over 100 games, I think, because I have 68 games played on PS4, and then there's like PC, PS3, and PS2. that's like long past that. But I don't know. Like it's just like there's a lot of games that I've played, and there's a lot of goods and bads and everything. But there's a lot of good things about the certain games too. Like I've been currently playing Neverwinter, as you can see in the backdrop. But I find it to be a good game. I find it to be like solid dynamics and everything. But I just think everyone just doesn't like the RPG-esque type of thing to like these games, and so like they don't play them as much. And there's always a pay-to-win system. But I don't think for I think the biggest ordeal when it comes to creating a game. Look at other games' mistakes. Look at how there's like a whole ordeal with them making their own mistakes, or how like certain communities react to their mistakes. And just like learn from the best and learn from the worst, all that spiel and all that stuff. I can't really just I can't say for myself because I never tried to design a game, but I really can't say all this stuff. But I'm just saying I've been gaming for quite some time, so I'm just saying like learn from other people's mistakes, and you will eventually get to that game that you always wanted to create. But on another note, I guess this whole ordeal with PC and everything, I've been trying to get a job. I really have been, and it's just like just finding a job at this age is not exactly helpful at all. it's not it's not helpful, I would say. I was just like it's not easy. That's what I meant to say. So just that little side note. And I think I'm also going to try to switch up the schedule a little bit, because not like the videos output, like the schedule of actually editing and everything, because like I realized that certain things have not good with my schedule so far. I've been uploading kind of late, and I think I should probably try my best to like upload as soon as possible rather than late. But that's just my personal opinion on the whole thing. So and there's a helicopter above my house. Gosh dang it. Um But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I will also be uploading another video today. It'll be a rather like shorter video than this, but I think yeah, it's had enough of me talking for this long for one video. But the second video will be more about like the whole PS4 problems and everything. So with recording and all that stuff, like you'll hear about it in the video. But see you guys later. Bye.